everybody. Welcome in to a lovely Wednesday. Koozie, hello. Nap time. Hi, Tom. Welcome in, guys. We're doing more netherite mining because I only have, after so many hours, I only have 4 more tools that we need to upgrade. Hello, Aritzai. More of the things. We're doing... I found an area, and I don't want to say this and like jinx myself, but I found an area in a different direction from where we were hitting a bunch of lava, and I had some decent success. So we're gonna attempt to keep going there. And it's a lot more organized. I got real, it was so chaotic. So, welcome to the game. I upgraded to some ender chests. That's another thing that we also, I got some ender pearls because that's another thing. Hello, Richard. That's another thing. While I was mining yesterday, I got, obviously, like under all the lava lakes, whatever, I got the achievement for visiting every single biome in the nether, meaning I was in a warp forest because that was the only one that I haven't been to. And then Enderman started to spawn, so I know roughly where there's a warp forest, so I need to go back, get the coordinates super quick. We can pay attention to where the Endermen are spawning when we go down there. Hello, Plumbite. Welcome in. We're gonna bring... I have a lava bucket down there. I actually didn't... I brought everything down already, so I think, as always, I'm just gonna do... Oh, it's turned into a thunderstorm outside. Let's go ahead and sleep super quick. On a roll with the 15 stream streak. Koozie, there you go. Thank you for enjoying my content 15 times in a row. Hype. Let's bring a bundle as well. There, okay, there we go. Oh, true, I can't do that. Okay. For like miscellaneous stuff, because I've realized quickly that that gets super annoying. All right, I have my ender chest. We're just gonna put every single thing, all of our netherite, all of our ancient debris right into that. I went back to the nether earlier and... What? I went back to the nether earlier and got a bunch more magma creams because I needed to make so many potions. I went through every single potion. So we're just going to... Again, I only need, what, 16 ancient debris? So we're almost there. We're almost there. I'm very hopeful. And I'm hoping that there are Endermen that spawn. That way I can see where the warp forest is. All right. And I organized the mess. It was an absolute disaster. It is at least a little organized now. So let's start off. That is so rude. I didn't realize that they could open doors. I'll make some beds. And I'm actually going to leave the axe here. Leave the water here. All right, I have a stack, almost a stack of cobbled deep slate, but if anything, we might end up switching to blackstone because we'll probably get blackstone. So I moved in this direction. And what I've been doing since I ran into a not worth it lava lake way, way, way at the end of this. And then I have been going back and forth, side to side, all the way from the back and coming back and doing like branching out from those directions. So we're real organized. And then the ones that I finish or that are dead ends, I'm blocking off. I'm not sure if we finished this one, but based on me not blocking it off, I am pretty sure we didn't. No, we did not. All right. Bombay with the 20 stream streak is crazy. I'm so glad that you guys are have these streaks. That's so sick. Thank you so much. All right, we have our... I'm gonna steal a little bit of this. All we need is 16. That's all we need. Also, I have to talk about this. Bringing it. So we went to the DMV today. I know that I've mentioned that we're in the middle of getting a car registered here in New York and everything from out of state, yada yada. Guys, I was so anxious. Mind you, Tom is like we didn't get great sleep last night. We had to be at the DMV at 10:30 this morning. So Tom's like cracked out. He's like buttoning his jacket together while I'm like taking care of stuff because the car is in my name. And I'm so stressed out because like who isn't stressed out about the DMV? And it took 30 minutes. It took 30 minutes. That was it. I have never had, and for something that's like actually complicated, you know what I mean? Not just like, you know, maybe renewing your license, whatever. And I was rage baiting you? Yeah. He was rage baiting me hard. It's like, you know, the meme where it's like the stuff that they do when I'm already overstimulated. That was Tom to me. Like at one point, oh, I should have brought more torches possibly, but it's not the biggest deal. Yeah, I looked at him at one point and he was trying to button a strand of my hair into the loop of his like jacket button thing. Cassie, hello. More fiery mining. How much more is needed? Oh, we have and lava light stuff up. So I've been using torches to kind of mark stuff, but as long as we have one, I can move it around. For the times that we're in the middle of like a branch and I don't get to a dead end and I want to come back to the branch, I've just been marking it with a torch as my new system. But I haven't been getting rid of all the fire, so But we need 16 more ancient debris. That is all. I only have 4 more tools to do. Although I might end up, and this doesn't mean we need more ancient debris, thankfully, but I might end up, I went back to the Bastion the other night, and I got a Soul Speed 2 book, but all of my netherite fully enchanted armor, like boots, are it's too expensive to add them, so I might end up disenchanting and restarting. Instead of just, because it'd be insane to just make a new pair. I've never had issues at the DMV in Minnesota. One time I had to do some work to transfer a title, but the bank changed names, so the loan and lien release had different bank names on them. Ooh. Ooh. No, as soon as it gets like, as soon as it gets more complicated, even like by a tiny bit than what the norm is, it's painful. Ew. Let's just blow it up. Yeah, like I haven't been, I went to the DMV actually quite frequently, I feel like, before COVID. And then COVID hit, and then I never found a reason, like I never had a reason to go again. I turned 21 in 2020. Me and Tom were just talking about this. I turned 21 in the heat of 2020 in October, and I didn't even have to get my license photo changed when my license expired because everything was online. They were making it easy for everybody. So when I got my license renewed here in New York, I was the first time that I had to take a new license photo since I was 15. I had my permit photo still. At the ripe age of 26. Just making nether gold boots. I have, for now I have the, yeah, that's, yeah. I suppose the only thing with that though is like, does fall damage, does anyone know, does fall damage affect the boots more so than the other armor? Because if that's the case, I just don't want the boots to break while I'm not paying attention to it, and then we lose the soul speed regardless. Because as of right now, I've been keeping the netherite boots in the nether, and I just did the leggings because I had leggings. Also, I almost lost the leggings last night doing this. I didn't, because I'm not mining anything that's giving me XP, and even when I do, I'm using Silk Touch. So and I wasn't like fighting a lot of things, so I almost lost the leggings. They were down to like there, and I didn't even realize it. Ooh. Almost missed it. All right, we're on the board. Is that it? How wildly unfortunate. This really makes me want to play Minecraft, but I just got back into Dreamlight Valley. I've not heard of that. But if it has your attention, brother, Minecraft will always be here. Anything? Nothing? Oh, and Cassie, I have been consistently mining on Y14 like you recommended, and I don't know if that was a difference, but obviously I'm getting a lot more distance out of these branches, so who knows. I'm willing to bet that it might have had something to do with it. Should probably do that. Oh, there we go. At least I was worried it was a lava lake. Let's see. Nothing. There are actually some crazy, like, there's so many periods of like not getting any ancient debris, but last night I had like the craziest dry period ever, and then all of a sudden I got like, I'd mine just to put a bed, and then I'd get some right after blowing up a bed and getting some. How am I underestimating the distance so badly? Auto Club gives superior DMB access. So Tom has AAA, but the only issue with that is I know that they can only, like, you can only go to them to do certain things. Like, I know they'll do like license renewal, I think, and stuff, but sometimes the job is too complex. Also, I might add, like, love AAA. AAA is amazing, but the last time that we actually used AAA's help was just like super casual. We were moving to New York and we had a big U-Haul, and we basically just asked them if they could print out a map for us, because it was hard to find New York throughways, I guess, or what is the word that I want to use for it? Parkways are all passenger car only. So we couldn't bring the U-Haul on like most of the major roads that we would usually take to get here. So we asked AAA to like at least give us a map of some sort, like a route with directions on where to go. And the route that they gave us, we didn't realize that we couldn't, like, they didn't do that. They took us on parkways and stuff, and we had to like improvise right then and there, and it was a mess. Gold nether boots give you more armor overall, and as long as you periodically mine quartz, you're literally golden. Okay, so maybe I will change because that's honestly a good call to have. One, it saves me time, but it's also a good call to have a separate, like, I don't need soul speed in the overworld. really. Ooh. I'll wait for this to drain, but I do not foresee us continuing down this branch. Disney Dreamlight Valley, it's sort of annoying. I'll crossing with Disney character. Oh! Sort of annoying. Dang. You have DaVinci Resolve Studio or I have the free, the vanilla, basically. I would love to have the studio, right? But I honestly don't run into many instances where I need the studio. Like the most that it'll be is every so often, maybe I'll want to use an effect. We're just gonna leave this. On to the next. There are only a couple things AAA won't do. That's like, I think that we thought about going to the AAA for our license when we did that, but and I don't know if any other cities have this, but at least in New York, it's probably more common than I would imagine it is, but they have a license express in Manhattan that was also super quick. Like literally the two most pleasant DMV trips that I've had have been in New York City, which is insane because the population is wild. You would think they'd be inundated. But yeah, that's why we went to the actual license express one. We didn't use AAA for that just because that existed. The old MapQuest will give you directions based on type of conveyance. Will MapQuest, can I be honest with you? I did not know MapQuest still was a thing. Oh, I have another torch right here. Like we tried to download, there was a trucker app that we caught wind of that I guess truckers use. And that didn't work. Like nothing was working for us. Okay. We're gonna block all of this off. My local DMV is really just a steel building in a parking lot, but I'm very rural. That's fair. That's fair. So back in Mass, my DMV was also like, I mean, in Eastern Mass, there aren't a lot of places that you would consider like super rural, but yeah, we're going this way. Even so, the closest DMV that we had to us was, which I think they actually opened one, if my memory serves me, they actually opened one near us right before shortly before I moved. But the one that was near us was still kind of felt like it was like really small and like very, I don't know. Middle of nowhere-y, I feel like. There's another one near here and a local library. Really? They have the DMV in the library. That's so funny. It was kind of like, it wasn't like wigging us out, but we didn't realize. So the DMV we went to is right near our grocery store. And we didn't realize that. And so when I set up the appointment, I was like, oh my God, like we can go grocery shopping after. This is perfect. And in my Googling and like searching, because like as one with like somewhat anxiety does, you search, like I'm going on, you know, like the street view. I'm like, okay, I need to know exactly where the park, all of that, because of course they charge you for parking. Why would they not? And I realized just how many NYPD buildings are in that area. They have, it's like crazy. The lava's supposed to run faster, and I swear when I'm doing this, it runs just as slow as the overworld. It used to be that certain factions would, like for the state, building property leases, thus allowing them to get associated tax benefits. Oh. Thus finding them in libraries and stuff like that. I'm way too low right now. Wait. I still need to go up to. Did I dig? I dug on the wrong one. Ah. You know, even when the deep slate survives, it just gets flung into fire. Ooh, okay. Only one again. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Carrying on. Lava runs laterally further and faster. Not sure about up and down. That would be a super interesting distinction if that's how it works. See. Look at that. Would you just look at that? I'm back, like... Okay. I'll take it. I'm not gonna get greedy here. Where's Faye? When I need her. Baby girl. Hold on, y'all. Nothing. You know when you're getting to the end of something and you're just dying? Oh wait, we need more beds. See what's hidden in Blackstone? Yeah. I've been waiting until I exhaust a bunch of these craters, and then sometimes I'll go back in. Okay. Not what I wanted to do. Also, I brought a lava bucket because, guys, you don't even understand how much netherite. I mean, not netherite. Why do I keep doing that? Netherrack. Don't even understand how much I'm just tossing to despawn. Because I already have a full double chest plus some back at base. Also, I still am yet to see an Enderman spawn, so how and why did I get turned around just now? Wondering if I turned the wrong way. No, how could I have done that? Yeah, see? Okay, wait. I literally just went from saying that this was organized. It's a straight line. How have I gone and done this? And I feel like I saw chests too. Yeah, over here. How am I? Okay. Get those in there. All right, so we almost have one ingot, which is, I would love to have this done on stream tonight. That would be super, super sick. Is mine a bit of quartz for mending? I place chests stored in bundles with other miscellaneous so it doesn't cause inventory issue. That's what I've been trying to keep. Like, this is all, it was so disorganized. I had to come down here and fix it because last night it got crazy. I've just been throwing a bunch of stuff to despawn behind there. All right. We're good. We have our bearings. Don't even stress. Although I was kind of stressed just now. Before we go, I need to grab fire res. One is not enough. I'm pretty sure that the Endermen were spawning a little farther down, so I just want to see if they're there. I'll wait to drink that. We don't necessarily need it right now. Netherrack is so plentiful. I uses the main ingredient farm building. It's a lot of strange red though. It really truly does look like, I've seen a lot of people compare it to raw meat. And I think it definitely looks like that. Like if you put this in like if you put netherrack in almost a butchery build or in that situation, and then you sprinkle some redstone dust around it and everything, that's a hunk of meat. I'll at least know actually where they were spawning, because I was digging in the... Yeah. Okay, so they were spawning over here. Do we dig up and see? I kind of want to dig up and see. Just for funsies. Maybe I should fill this in a little bit. Because if we could find a warp forest right now, that would be so fun. That would be so great. Vegetarian, must I now tear down my farms? No. In that context. In that context, for sure. It's actually, it's actually really good block to use for farms. Like the ones that you don't particularly care about what it looks like. How far up must I go? would think any moment now. I'm losing steam. I've come this far and I'm losing steam. Okay, we were good. I hear lava again. Oh no, wait, that was that. We're good. We're good. This is actually insane. Are we just in a forever blob of netherrack right now? I see blue. I see blue. Nice. We did it. I'd still love to not be on fire. Okay, there we go. Would you look? Oh, it's right next to a crimson forest. It is itty bitty though. That's it? I feel like I don't even have an axe. I'm gonna take some of the fungus. So we can at least grow the wood. No Enderman, which is extremely disappointing. But I'm just wondering if this is one of those awkward tiers. And maybe there's more down low somewhere. Well, at least we found it. A little unsatisfying, but we found it. Thinking netherrack was like tell ruby found near volcanic structures. That's actually a fair comparison. There aren't many things on this planet that it could look like, but that's actually a good comparison. Boom boom. It's small, so you could cover with boats and farm endermen for XP and pearls. Yeah. I also am thinking like did I take a decent enough look? It is still, I was like, why do we have lava right now? It's because it is still disappearing. That is crazy how slow that is. Yeah, this just straight up doesn't go anywhere. All right. And it's still going. I'm just going. It's not even worth it. Ah. That's gonna take so long. All right, where did we leave off is the question. I don't want to dilly-dally too long because Tom has a bachelor trip tomorrow and I have to drive him to the airport at like 5 something in the morning. Is this where we left off? I think this is. Yeah, Tom gets to go to frickin' New Orleans tomorrow. And the icing on the cake for my wildlife biologist heart is that he gets to go on one of those airboat tours and see alligators. And I have never been so jealous of a person in my life. That actually sounds so cool. You know what I have been doing though, Cassie, pretty religiously? I've been trying to dig out at least the majority of the gravel too. And I'm hoarding gravel so bad right now because I think my next big to do might be a mob farm, because I would really love gunpowder. Just in the case that we want to make more tools, netherite tools and stuff, I really would love to use TNT. Redeemed time. Oh, thank you, Nino. I will hydrate. I'm already almost out of drink. Also, welcome in, Nino. Happy to have you here. He's in like Mulan. I'm here. Welcome in, Sunder. Welcome in. We only need four more ingots of netherite, and we are golden. Strange, but in the past, before crowding, alligators had plenty of food and existed peacefully alongside humans. This is the perfect time to be in New Orleans before the insane time starts. Oh, really? Oh, I gotta tell Tom. Nice. That's gonna be part of my spiel for why he should be grateful that he's there. Like, you don't even understand. This is the perfect time to go. I would love for one cobblestone to survive, or deep slate to survive. Oh. 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 Nice. On to the next. Do you have a college degree? If so, what is it in? Carl, I have a bachelor's in biology and I have a minor in chemistry. I did, my last job was working for an environmental consulting firm, which I've talked about on here before, but, if you ever want to live, it's never like you want to live in the New York City, like in a housing development in New York City, but like, oh my God, they are full of lead, just so everybody knows. It used to be Marvelous, small family-owned restaurants in New Orleans. They have been, so it's Tom's about to be brother-in-law, his future brother-in-law that the trip is for. And I almost just fell in without fire res. And they've had a group chat going, and I guess all of them have been like piecing together like, oh, restaurants they want to go to, places they want to go to. And there was one like, oh my God, why am I forgetting what they're called? Beignet. There's like a beignet place that all they sell is beignets and coffee. And I think I never found it for them is the issue, but they said they already had a couple places like that on the list. I'm at the pub playing Jeopardy. Nice, Abigail. Wait, that's so sick. I did the one time that I've done like trivia. Okay. They at one of the bars that we used to go to, they did SpongeBob trivia. It was like a whole multi-month long event, And that's the only time I've ever done like bar trivia, and it was literally we thought we were walking in there and we were gonna know everything because we grew up on SpongeBob, and we did not know everything. It was crazy the things that people were getting correct. This might be a lake. Actually, it might be salvageable though, wait. Oh no, I think it's salvageable. We're good. Or that disappears complete. Is that one? Yeah, okay. Yeah, no. All right, that's dead. Got him from work late because I went grocery shopping. Then, as always, puppy dinner. I'm like half lurking while I get the work off of me and settle in for the evening. You're good, Sunder. Be half in, half out, do whatever. This is kind of an autopilot-esque stream anyway. We're very, after doing this for, I don't even know how long I was doing this. I think I was doing this for like almost 6 hours yesterday. Okay. We're going this way. Yeah. Block that off real quick. Let's start this way. It is a little cleaner. Thank you for the follow, Jamie. Thank you so much. Welcome in. I always wanted to visit New Orleans. We do not stand lead in this household. Yeah, yeah. It's like actually so bad. And like some are so much worse than others too, which is the sad part. They just like do not care to have any sort of quality control. Jamie redeeming stretch already. All right. At least it wasn't a posture check because that would have killed me. Gotta touch my toes. Oh. I literally just sit here crisscross for hours. But if I sit in the other way and I get too comfortable, like W stretch, thanks. Gotta give the people what they want. If I sit here, like a lot of the time, I'll put like my knee up and I'll sit here. But if I do that, if that foot is bent too like aggressively for too long, it like falls asleep. I can't sit crisscross. It hurts my legs. It depends on the chair. It depends on the chair. It depends on the situation. It depends on the duration. This chair the padding is definitely starting to go out, you know what I mean? You can definitely tell that it's starting to go out. I'm probably gonna have to get like a desk chair pad or whatever pretty soon, but for now my legs don't go numb, which is good. You ever have your knee fall asleep? Sunder, I don't know. I didn't know that was possible. That's actually insane if that's happened to you. That's a record. Like, and I thought, so Tom's body, Tom is 6'3", 6'4", and he grew like a crazy amount in like 1 year, and that's why. So all of his joints and all of his like limbs and stuff are like short, are like really crazy. Like he's got bad knees, like everything cracks, like yada yada, the whole 9 yards, right? So he'll get like all of the, you know, foot asleep, he'll get like all the like Charlie horse cramps, whatever. But I've never even seen his knee fall asleep. How does that feel? Like, I just want to know how that feels, to be honest. I love your energy. Thanks, Jamie. I appreciate it. I have an extra wide chair so I can tuck my legs up while I sit. See, that's why this one works. Like, Tom's chair is way different than mine. It's more of like the mesh on it, and it's not a crisscross chair. Mine is also really wide. Feels like your knee fell asleep. There's no walking that off. I would eat it. Cross a leg when sitting in my chair as well. Sometimes all you need is one. Sometimes all you really need is one. And I'll do that. I will say though, I like to have my armrests like very equal height to my desk, and therefore I'm very high off the ground in comparison to how I would normally, and I'm only 5'3". Therefore, my feet don't usually touch the ground. So it's a weird balance that we're in right now. It's a very fragile equilibrium. And we're out of beds. I keep doing that. I keep yapping and then starting to dig again, forgetting. Had a pretty bad injury in my early 20s, and my fascia is like crazy tight. I've had all sorts of weird things fall asleep. Just my heel. I've had just the heel fall asleep before, actually. That's honestly somehow worse, in my opinion. Scribbles, welcome in. And present, good evening, Sis and Company. If your knee is asleep, you don't feel it until it wakes up. Yeah. That's true. It's all the pins and needles. I have, the other night, and this doesn't happen often, but the other night I had, like, my mouse hand, only my pinky all the way down to, like, my wrist on this side kept falling asleep. And like, nothing I did made it better. Clean sodium chloride prevents joint and sleepy leg stuff. Sodium has a bad name because sodium-based preservatives cause cardiovascular issues since they are toxic. Oh my god. I was like, what just happened? Let's get our... Actually, we can put this in the bundle. We're gonna throw that in there. Nope. Not click buttons. Also, I kind of caved and put a door in. Like I mentioned, not realizing that piglins could open doors because, like, naturally they've never seen a door before. Oh no. That was rude. Any of your friends around? Super rude. Let's re-up on potions. That was crazy of me. That was super crazy of me. Actually, we're gonna make a few more. All right. It's back if you're pinky and ring. Oh, is that what that is? I for sure, no one redeemed posture check, but I do think that I'm extremely hunched over. Extremely. My posture is terrible. It's actually really funny because we went to I went to Tom's sister's bridal shower, and I'm like notorious for having terrible posture. And I went to Tom's sister's bridal shower, and their grandmother was there, and their grandmother is a scream. I love her so much. She's so funny. But she was telling their cousin all about how, like, oh my god, her posture is so good. What? Like, you sit like that, and all this stuff. And they told me after the fact, and I was like, dude, I don't know what she saw, but my posture is so bad. Yeah. Iron doors are the best for the nether because piglins can't open them. Yeah, Sunder, I just didn't even realize that they could open them at all because naturally they don't have any. Like, they would never interact with a door in their entire life. Oh, we actually got to save one. Here, why don't I re-up? I have to say, I know we're talking about salt right now. I love salt so much. Like, a lot of people are sweet people, like a sweet treat, you know what I mean? I am a savory treat kind of person. Really bad. I love salt. When I was a kid, this is like so weird coded of me. When I was a kid, Tom. When I was a kid, I used to dip my broccoli in salt. It was so gas too. I thought it was so good. Doing it now, like, if I add too much salt to something now, I'm like, ugh. Ugh. I remember I texted Tom one night because I was pissed. I made a delicious tuna melt sandwich, and while he was at work one night, and I added a little too much salt to the tuna salad, and I've never been more upset in my life. Nothing ruins something. Same thing, I accidentally added a little too much salt to a chicken pot pie for us once, and both of us were like, oh my god, this is actually like, this is almost inedible. Actually, the worst additive in salt is sugar. Crazy, it's addictive. Because it's crazy addictive. See, like, that's why I think it's like actually crazy that I'm not a sweet person, because so many people around me are, and I know that so many people are. Sugar is like the most addictive food. I suppose that's because not everyone has tried my potato soft tacos. I once actually ruined a bowl of popcorn because I added too much salt. That's actually really hard to do to popcorn, to be completely honest. That's so hard. Usually you never add enough like butter and salt at the movie theater. If you're getting like movie theater popcorn and your MO is getting salt and butter on it, usually you never have enough. If you over salt, have it with plain rice. So I actually tried to add, because if you add potatoes to things that you put too much salt in, the potatoes absorb a lot of the salt. So for the there was one, and there have been like 2 or 3 times I've over salted something, right? There was one time I was making pork chops with like a cream sauce, and I added like slightly too much salt. It wasn't like bad or anything, but I could tell, like I was like, eh. And I had little potatoes, so I cut the potatoes up and let them simmer in it for a little bit, and it actually pulled it got it to where it needed to be. That's also a really good trick. And then you just pull the potatoes out. Back in the day, the only reason to go to Florida is to bathe in the mineral springs and to get your drums of salt. Really? Oh yeah, that actually, yeah. No, that tracks. We're in another one of those dry patches. Where I'm just begging. Dang it. telling you guys, all you have to do is complain. And it's a 2. It's a 3. Just complain, I'm telling you. That's it. All right, sitting down with a big bowl of mac and cheese for dinner because I'm an adult and putting you on the TV. Nice. Love to hear it, Sunder. That sounds like bliss. And you know what the most insulting part of losing the deep slate every time is? 80% of the time, I'll watch it fly, and then there's a fire, and it just lands in the fire, and it's gone. And then I just have to watch my number of deep slate drop rapidly. That is the one thing that I forgot to bring more down of, but I think we'll have enough to finish this off. I don't think we have to worry about it. Let's go. Oh. It is so relaxing to be down here with fire res. It is so relaxing. Why, hello there, handsome. It's another 3. We got a whole ingot with this one. That's crazy. That's actually so insane. Oh my god, I thought that smoke was another one for a second. How many are we at now? 7 just for this, but I dropped off, what, like 5 or so? Wait. Yeah, where it's what we need 4 more. We have 3 ingots. 4 more. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Now that Sunder mentioned mac and cheese, that's all I'm thinking about. Can I be so honest with you guys? I was gonna eat before stream. We had some leftover Taco Bell from last night because yet again, the new stuff on the menu is gas. Have to point that out again. But I had that earlier, like when we got back, I don't know, probably around 1 or 2. Oh, I'm too high. Is this... This might be a little pool. Nope, it's a full-on... Yeah, okay. Turn around. Yeah, I had Taco Bell probably around like 1:30 earlier, and I was going to eat before, but I kind of ran out of time. I kind of shot myself in the foot. And now all I can think about is what I'm gonna eat after this. And I'm pretty sure that we have chicken fingers, like chicken tenders, like the breaded ones, and French fries, at least enough left for a little bit. And I don't know if you guys have ever had the Buffalo Wild Wings, like sauces that you can get at the store, which of course are their actual sauces that you can get at the restaurant, but the Asian Zing one is like, it hits like crack in the 80s, you know what I mean? It is so good. All right, so we can move the goalpost. We can try over here. It's a little, this is kind of a little weird. I don't know why I just went in. I don't know why I decided to go diagonal or parallel to this one. But I did. Once made some kids mac and cheese from scratch. They just stared at it at first because it didn't look like the stuff their mom made from a box, but once they tasted it, it was all good. That's like, because all kids know is the orange craft. That's actually really funny. They probably looked at some gas mac and cheese, like the most beautiful mac and cheese, nice and homemade, and they were like, okay, but it's, where's the orange dye? We had bratwurst and sauerkraut tonight. Koozie, I feel like you just stay eating delicious things. Was it you that had, or someone in here the other day had, I forget who. Ugh, I thought that was one. Someone had corned beef, I believe, not too long ago. And I've never craved corned beef so bad in my life. I think I mentioned my dad's corned beef is like my favorite thing that he makes, and whoever said that night, it deeply upset me. I was like, I wish that I was at home eating it. High key, I might go home for St. Patty's Day just to eat that corned beef. I think this is another pool. We can probably go this way. You can get Arby's sauces at stores. Okay, I've never actually gotten anything from Arby's. Arby's isn't a Northeast thing. Like, it is, like, we have them, but they're not anywhere near as popular as the other places. All right, let's go this way. I'm a hard stickler for one thing though. Panko breadcrumb crust does not go on mac and cheese. Koozie. It wasn't me. Okay. The lack of breadcrumbs on the mac and cheese is an interesting take, I must say. Like, I love a good breadcrumb on top as long as it's not like completely dry. You know what I mean? Like, I think that it, like, mix it with butter. And cheese. Yeah. Oh. 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 I'm getting way too hype at this point. One more. We only need one more. I'm just like really excited to be done. You know what I mean? I'm also like kind of tired. So I feel like I'm like running on fumes. Beef and cheddar with curly fries, horsey sauce, and Arby's own sauce. Very rare around here. Yeah. I've never had Arby's. I've never had Arby's. I've never had, like, Arby's and Carl's Jr. are like the same thing, aren't they? Kinda, sorta. I don't know that lore. Let's go ahead and get this in. All right, we need one more. We got this, guys. We got this. I used to love corned beef and cabbage. One thing I definitely miss since I went vegan. Looking for a good alternative, but honestly don't expect to find anything to get that texture and hold that flavor. Oh no, the texture of corned beef is so specific. I know that which you're the vegetarian, I'm sure you've heard of this, but jackfruit, I think, is a meat substitute that I've seen a lot of vegetarians use, but I think that's more of the texture of like pulled pork or pulled chicken. Corned beef is such an oddly specific texture, 100%. At least you could still have the cabbage part. Low key, the cabbage that my dad makes is my favorite part of that meal. It's so good. Ooh, we got the cobble back. We got the deep slate. I think we can plug that. I don't think this branch is over. There's only one anyway. Breadcrumbs on the Mac. Not gonna lie, you might just be tweaking. Really? As Carl, wait, as that's a bad thing? You don't like it either? I wonder if that's a regional thing. That could, I mean, maybe that's a regional thing. Parties and Carl's Jr. are the same. Okay. I was vegetarian. I made like a Philly mac and cheese with shallots and different peppers and same sauce. That sounds so good. That sounds so gas. Tom's sister is a vegetarian. So we're actually hosting the Super Bowl party this year for all of our friends in the city. We have one friend who just found out that they are, would you believe? Gluten-free. What is that called? I'm getting mad at myself at this point. But she's gluten-free, so we are... Oh my god. Celiacs, thank you. Oh my god. That was crazy of me. But yeah, so she's gluten-free. So we are trying to plan... We're gonna have to plan a whole... And guys... We have to plan a menu that has a variety enough so that there are enough gluten-free and vegetarian options in addition to all of like the normal stuff. But we hosted Sunday football for a few of our friends a couple months ago, maybe like 2 months ago, and I made potato soft shell tacos, and they were a hit, so I'm probably gonna make those again, because if we use corn tortillas, they're gluten-free and vegetarian. All right, so that's where we left off, and I'm gonna leave that there actually. Chris, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you so much. Hypes in the chat. Hypes in the chat. Thank you so much, Chris. And we a sub and we get to leave the nether. Would you look at that? It's the most beautiful day of my life. I'm gonna bring all of the useful stuff back. I'll leave this here because genuinely I'll leave those there for now, but that way we don't have to... Hold up, actually. Yeah, we have a ton of room in here. I'm probably going to leave some fire res potions in the ender chest. I will bring those. All right, we can skedaddle. We have everything that we need. We can do, I made one hoe, so I have multiple, I have 2 shovels, 2 axes, 4 pickaxes, meaning 2 silk touch, 2 fortune, but I only did 1 hoe for now, just because. It's like, when? Hello, Chris. Welcome to the chat, my friend. All right. I have some chat catch up to do. Oh, by the way, guys, I just went through and reallocated 10 gigs of RAM to Minecraft earlier today because I forgot to do it when I updated my whole computer. I forgot to do it, but on top of that, my game, it's sheer laziness, let's be so real, but my game crashes occasionally, and I'm like, oh, you know, it could be that, it could be, but then it says I'll be out of memory, and then I'm like, oh, I have to Google and remind myself how to allocate the RAM, and I didn't do it until today. So I went from 2 gigs to now 10 are allocated. So hopefully the game doesn't crash anymore, because it would always happen when I was leaving the nether, and the last thing that I wanted to happen was me coming back from, like, when I did the bastion raid, or even this, when I just finished getting all of the nether or the ancient debris that I needed. The last thing I wanted was for the game to crash and me to actually lose some of that progress. All right, let's get that started. Yes. I'm gonna, no. Sandra, no. It was just to move it up here. It was just to move it up here. I'm gonna move some of it back into the brewery for sure. That's actually so funny. That can go back. Oh my god. Gravel's gonna need its own chest. We're gonna have, like I said this the other day, we're gonna have to rework some stuff in here. It's getting a little crazy. Yeah, I'm fortuning this gold. I'm not doing that. All right, so we have gold quart. Nope. Gold quartz flint. Obsidian can go back. This is the most painful part. All right, and then that and all that. So the rest of this minus the... All right, let's run to the brewery super quick. We'll drop this off, and then we can start upgrading. RAM is so nice. I know. I've been seeing, I forgot if I said that. No, I don't think I said this on here. I saw that Micro Center was bringing back bundles for anybody who, and I'll have to double check on that for sure. But as far as I know, I'm pretty sure they brought back bundles. And they're slightly less, they're slightly more expensive than what they were prior to this whole RAM BS that's happening, but they're still, for the bundle, a lot of them, they're still as expensive, like less expensive than what RAM is by itself these days. Will you let copper golems sort for you in the future, or are they too noisy? Oh, I'm totally okay with that. Yeah, I would love to have copper golems. I would love to have copper golems. The only thing is, I'm not gonna do it in like that kind of storage or anything. I want to have it be like a really themed, very tailored storage setup. Also, guys, I got new dogs today. I had 2 bones. I never have bones when I see a dog, and I had 2 of them, so I got this dog. I got that dog. I love that dog. And then I got this dog over here. I tried to put them in places where when I'm not letting them follow me around, they're gonna be happy, you know? And I have this guy over here. He's by the bench. Beautiful views. Oh, I love Micro Center. Max, it's my favorite place. Micro Center is heaven. Awesome place. It is so nice. Can I pet that dog? But yeah, no, Micro Center is amazing. And they'll price match you too. Like that's one thing that I really love about Micro Center. You get to see everything in person. Like nothing beats like OG retail shopping and like the feeling of walking out physically with everything instead of ordering it. And going into a Micro Center is like it's indescribable. Especially to just walk around is kind of like there's so much to look at, but if you actually leave, like leaving Micro Center with a graphics card has got to be like top 5 feelings. I'll be back. Okay, Scribbles. All right, let's do, this should be ready. We have 17 scraps. Oh, we need to make... We're running low on diamonds. We're gonna have to do a mining Monday where we don't do the iron vein, which by the way, I have not been back to that iron vein in so long. I've just been picking up all of the iron that I'm seeing everywhere, and ne'er I say no dent. So we need template and then oh my god, it's painful. Yeah, we need to go get diamond here soon. Okay. Our last 4, which there's nothing that I need to change about these. I also did an efficiency 5 shovel, which might be kind of insane. I understand that, but I low-key just didn't have a lower villager. So we're just gonna roll with it. But I will say my original netherite axe is only efficiency 4. So this is probably going to turn into now my primary axe. And then this is just because this is genuinely just for clout. I'm not lying. I can't excuse that. Let's go. Yeah, I can't make excuses for the hoe. I truly cannot. Let's get our, nope. Get that back on. We can put the axe back, put hoe there, fortune back. And then we'll put that up there too. I like that Minecraft fixed the terrible pets, cotton, pumpkins, and melons issue, but you need to keep them safe most of the time sitting. I wish that it was easier to code into the game to like, it would be complicated to code them differently, you know what I mean? So I understand it's either follow you or sit, there's no in between, but it would be nice if And especially with the teleporting thing, if I could just like unsit this guy right here and then close the door with him inside here and then him just wander around and like lay down and like not leave. You know what I mean? I just want to make some torches. And then I actually might try to make a pair of boots with the snout, or Jesus, with the soul speed. I'm bummed, high key, I'm bummed that it was soul speed 2. It's still good. It's better than like 1 or whatever, but a little bummed because it would have been a perfect bastion if we had gotten that. I got a netherite ingot. I got a couple ancient debris. I got the scraps as well. I got like 1 or 2 of those. I got a god apple. And then when I went back, I also, there was a, you know how we went down, for anyone who was there that night, we started at the top and then we worked our way down because we realized it was a treasure bastion. Well, you see, there was a netherite template at the top on the other side of where we started. So I could have gone top to bottom and I would have found 2. I ended up going back anyway because I was like, I really want to see if Snout is here. I didn't really care about soul speed. I just really wanted to see if Snout was there because I'm trying to cross off the more difficult armor trims, and now we have 7 of them. So I think we're over halfway there. F5 on my hoe. What did I don't even remember what I put on my hoe. Also, sorry that they blocked your message, Max. Auto mod. Oh yeah, I still need to add an efficiency to that now that I think about it, actually. But that's one that I've been combining books to do all of these because they get too expensive and then you can't add anything. But this still isn't expensive enough, so I'll add an efficiency whatever. It's all good. Okay, cool. Sometimes it's nice to... Oh, wait. Remembering how you were complaining about the efficiency 4 diamond shovel, I think is hilarious. They're now rocking efficiency 5 netherite. Hey, we have short-term memory loss in this fandom, right? We have short-term... that was a last week problem. You feel me? That's not a problem anymore. I'm only gonna complain about the efficiency 5 now. The efficiency 3 is gone. Sometimes it's nice to have random tools with no efficiency. That's why, like, I have an extra sword lying around. I have some random extra stuff like iron, but nothing really. I don't think I've ever had a need for a non-efficiency tool. Bro, I would love if they stayed in the house but didn't have to be sitting. Same with cats. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think there's some kind of mod out there that does, like, it gives them, like, it makes the animals like look like they're laying down and stuff. And I actually think that that's so adorable, and I would love to get, I think it's part of like maybe Fresh Animations or something. I could be super wrong. All right, so we need, I'm just gonna pop down here and see if I have a pair of, if I just huck some mending. Yeah, we're doing that. Let me actually just check downstairs one more time. Is it Fresh Animations that does that? Okay, cool. Because I've been looking at getting Fresh Animations. Again, I mentioned the other day, I'm gonna start transitioning over to Mounts of Mayhem and start updating all the mods. It's one of those things that it's kind of time consuming a little bit. It's tedious. I think it's more tedious than time consuming, but I just haven't had a lot of time lately because I don't have a full 2 weeks to get this next episode out, so I'm trying to like hunker down and get it all done. And especially with Tom leaving all weekend, I'm like, I just need to sit back and just get the episode done. So we're gonna roll with this, obviously. So let's go ahead and get a mending book. We'll get a protection 4 book. We won't need any of, like, we won't need depth strider. It already has, so we'll need an unbreaking 3, a mending, and a protection 4. And I have so much to trade with villagers. Thank you, sir. This one hurts a lot. This guy's actually, no, wait, I have a cheaper one over here. What am I doing? What am I doing? Hello, cheaper guy. Unbreaking 3. This is... Oh, you're not even as expensive as I remembered you being. Are we not gonna have to trade with anyone right now? Cleanup shovel with low efficiency to clear grass without blasting several dirt blocks. That's fair. You could have used a non-efficiency shovel when you were doing the trail ruins. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? You know what? Cassie, Chris, you guys got me on that. You guys got me on that. Hey, welcome in, baby girl. Everybody, welcome in your favorite mod. All right, let's start combining. If anything, we have to... If anything, we go kill zombies for a little bit and then come right back. All right, so... What's going to be the most economic? That for now. Do we put a feather falling? I'm putting feather falling 4. If we're going all out, we're going all out, and I would rather get feather falling 4 on a pair of boots that I can't. Oh, I just need 40. Okay, so we actually do have to trade with these guys a little bit, but that's okay because we have a gross amount of crops. Yeah, I would rather, because we can't get that soul speed back, so if it becomes too expensive to upgrade the feather falling after the fact, then we're just kind of out of luck. So we're gonna do it now. They just woke up from a deep nap and cooked rice and chicken nuggets. That sounds like an amazing experience. That sounds like you had a good time. Please and thank you. Give me more. Thank you. I think I've been lurking since you started. Oh, really? Always gotta have the feller felling 4 book. Boots, I know. I was like, I was looking at the 3 and I'm like, why am I settling right now? When I could have it all. Everything is at my fingertips. Never settle. There she is. It hurts, but it's necessary. Nope. Okay. That. Ouch. Ow. Ow. That hurt. 36 is the most expensive. That's actually the most expensive thing. I just made a bunch of diamond armor. All of this being, I know that that's because soul speed's involved most likely, but that's actually so crazy that this is the most level intensive combination that I've made thus far. All right, y'all, we have to sit and kill zombies for a hot second, and then we'll bring up all of the rotten flesh that we get. Also, I forgot to point out, I added this lovely hopper situation because unless you want to just lose coal because you're not quick enough to put more of the, and they're all different. It's just, you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway. So that's making my life easier. I have to yeet some of these as well. And if we're gonna be down here to level 36, then I should probably move that around. Also, the original sword that I made that was too expensive to add. This was too expensive to add anything else on. I couldn't add fire aspect. I couldn't add anything. Looting, or no. What is the other? Sharpness 5, looting 3. I didn't even have unbreaking on this thing, which I know you don't necessarily need it. It's a sword with mending, but still. So I'm using this as my backup because I find it is a little better for the zombies because, I don't know, the fire, I feel like I don't get as much experience, and I don't know if it's because maybe experience doesn't drop as much when you have fire. I don't know. But I feel like it goes by faster when I get more. Do you have a grindstone there as well? No, I should put one down here for sure. Because all of this I could disenchant. I should definitely put one down here. Just redeemed hydrate. Cheers. Sunder, I noticed the difference when I got, because I was still rocking with this sword well before I made this the one that's now netherite. I noticed the difference. This had mending the whole time, but I noticed the difference when I upgraded to this sword in particular that had fire aspect. So I didn't know if maybe they were like some of them were burning or something. And it wasn't giving me like the kill, if that makes sense. I normally don't play with mods, but I needed my enchant, so I installed a mod that removes the too expensive. Carl, that's okay, that's one of the most tempting mods I have ever seen. That is so tempting. That feels okay. As I don't know, there's such a weird line with how there's such a strange line with what people consider cheating. I don't consider that cheating whatsoever. I think that that should be vanilla. I think that the too expensive message is absolutely insane, and that Mojang should just let me spend 100 levels on whatever I want. I'll get the levels. Like, I'll do it. But I don't know. It's one of those things where I feel like that I try not to change recipes either. I haven't changed any recipes because I feel like you're welcoming in, and this is like as someone who makes videos, obviously, like I'm not a big YouTuber or anything, but I don't know. I just don't want to attract unnecessary heat for ridiculous things, if that makes sense. I do think that it should be vanilla though. The too expensive limit is rude and beyond unnecessary. It's just unfair for no reason. I know, like I said, guys, this was, I couldn't add anything to it. Looting 3, sharpness 5, and mending, and I couldn't add anything to it? You're kidding me, right? This has 2 additional enchantments on it. This has Unbreaking 3 and Fire Aspect on it, and I was able to add all of those things to a book. Does that mean you end up with really expensive upgrades, like 100 levels? Just me? Yeah, actually, I wonder how, Carl, what is the most, since you've added that mod, I'm very curious what the most expensive upgrade you've made has been. Someone in their forever world with 4K XP just going, am I a joke to you? Oh my god. Yeah, no, I really truly think, like, especially all of the all of the big YouTubers that have like crazy long running hardcore worlds, like at this point I know like Wax Frauds is like relatively new still, maybe 2 years old, but still. And then Fwip with his, it's like pushing 5 years, I think. Like this year it'll be 5 years. Like all of them, every time I watch those people, they're on like level like 3, 4, 500. Let's jump back and forth between this. Let's go sell some stuff. I feel like we could definitely sell some of this. Also, I at least one of those guys in there, I'm pretty sure one of those guys has ender pearls or eyes of ender, which I know we discussed not too long ago. So even though I at least did find that one tiny little warped forest, I think I am going to buy eyes of ender off of those villagers. I think it was 40 levels. I built the OP Silverfish XP farm, so I really wasn't paying too much attention to the cost though. Oh, that's so fair. No, that's so real. That's another, like, I'm gonna start off, we're gonna start putting our eyes on, how dare you? Only I can kill them. How dare you? So rude. No fighting in my store. I have no idea if the wandering trader actually made it out of that kerfuffle alive. Yeah, we're going to put our eyes, our sights are going to be on the end relatively soon. Relatively soon. Last time I was in a Pixel Rift stream, I swear he was level like 1300. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to check. Check that, Sunder. For real. I also recommend the colorful containers mod. It just changes the UI of blocks, like chest and village. Oh, I think Wax Fraud uses that, and it's really cute. If that's the one that I'm thinking of. Oh, just me. You're right. They do just sell ender pearls. They do not sell eyes of ender. That was a misspeak on my part. Misspeak on my part. End time, let's go. I know, right? I'm like, I know it would have been OP. Would have been so nice. But we have, I mean, we have so much blaze powder that it takes, that's the thing with potions. All of the ingredients, you don't end up using much at all of them. You really, truly don't. So even though I just grabbed like, I think I ended up coming home with 28 magma creams tonight before stream started. I used like 6 of them. That's it. And I still have so much left, but now I'm like, I don't even need I don't have a reason for them per se. You know what I mean? One shy on that. Darn shame. Also, I ended up going around and lighting up some of the caves around this because I feel like the rates, and I understand that it's definitely because they're not one hit. I'm not taking them out as fast. But I feel like the rates are just kind of mid, so I went around and I lit up some caves. It felt like it helped for a while, but it's just so unreliable, I feel like. Speaking of the end, my eyes are set on the end. One, because obviously Elytra, but two, I would love to make an Enderman XP farm out there. Dragon fight when? I don't know yet, Koozie. It's definitely not gonna be until, like, it won't be next week. Maybe the week after that or the week following that. We'll see how much progress we make elsewhere in the meantime, because I also definitely want, there's no reason to hurry. Yeah. It would be nice if wandering traders sold better stuff like blaze rods. It would make them more bearable. They're so clumsy. They are. First off, yes, they are. You're right. Second off, they've tried. Like, the most useful thing I feel like they've done for wandering traders was adding mangrove propagules to their bartering system. Only thing they did for is free leads. I know. No, I literally have like over 30 leads because of them. It's a quick, reliable 2 leads every single time. Can't even sleep. It's not even dark out, and this is taking so long. Nope. We're so close, yet we're so far. Because of the way that the levels scale. But yeah, I don't think... it's the XP part for me. Even though realistically, once you have everything that you need, like I want to be completely geared up for the fight. The only thing that I can foresee wanting more XP for is when I inevitably make myself like 10 more picks and 10 more axes and like a bunch of duplicates of all of the same tools. That way I can like go through a shulker box of them for big projects, that kind of thing. Propagules are nice, but they should sell dark and payload quantity of 4. I know. That would be amazing. That's how I got my mangrove wood in my save from the wandering trader. Didn't have to go 1,000 blocks away to get it. That genuinely was one of the most useful things that they did for the wandering trader. Otherwise, it's just die. Like, explain to me, like, I feel like partially, like, they wanted to make it seem, I don't want to say exotic. I feel like that's not the right word. And I feel like dyes are just, like, fun, you know? Like, they're fun, they're colorful, they're from, like, other places. But who the heck needs dye from the wandering trader? I simply do not. It took me, I mean, I get for people who maybe aren't near a jungle or having a hard time finding a desert. It's always the warm biomes. I wish that the warm biomes were easier to find in most seeds, because it's like one of the biggest. It's always a warm biome. Ever since they changed the temperature map of seeds, it's just been... Dark oak used to be so hard to find. I remember back in the day, it used to be so impossible to find dark oak. You'd see one and you'd be like, oh my god, it's real. And now after they updated the way that the biomes generate next to each other based on temperature, and now like 75% of the overworld is either like an intermediate or a cold biome, it feels like. You can make an obsidian dragon blind to be safer. Also respawn anchors stack. like beds for dragon blasting. Oh, I was thinking about, so I don't know, the dragon fight to me has never been that crazy of an ordeal. I don't know, it feels like if you just sit there, especially if you have like good equipment. If I have a good bow and a good sword and I have very good armor, I'm down to just shoot at it. I'm down when I like wait for it to come down and just hit it with the sword. I'm not super eager to use like tricks to blow it up, just because I don't know, I feel like it's almost unnecessary, because the dragon fight is by no means the hardest fight in this game, even though it's supposed to be the final boss. Like, I would dare say that the wither is more annoying than that. Dragon fight is actually not that terrible. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that it's that hard of a fight. Obviously, like, people have different skill levels, and that's not to judge anyone that might be thinking that they're, oh my gosh, the dragon fight is so bad. People have different skill levels. We also have different difficulties. People play on easy. I play on normal for reference, just because combat's not my strongest suit. I can survive, but barely. Warden is worse than both the wither and dragon. Exactly. And I get they made the wither to, or the warden to be a mod that they don't want you to fight, but it is, I think it's it's one of the scariest. It's the scariest, actually. I think of the scariest fighting that you could get into, or at least situation, the warden is number one. Bastions, if you like run into a brute or something, that's number two. Never even tried a warden. I've never tried to fight a warden. I have told this story on stream, I know that, so forgive me if you've heard it already. On my realm, we were looking for, I think, the enchanted books. I think we were looking for Swift Sneak, actually, or probably Swift Sneak and the armor trims, Silence, and whichever the other one it was. Ward, is that one of the ones? And the, you know how there's like a fridge building in them, and it has iron trap doors, or a ladder going up to an iron trap door, and that's how you get to like the second height of it, the second level of it. So I dropped down, and it wasn't even me. It was one of my, because it was a realm, it was one of my friends. It was Tom's friend, I think, that made it, triggered the thing for, again, the screecher. And it spawned. I wasn't even near them like that. And the warden spawned in the freezer with me. And when I tell you, I have never sweat so much in my entire life. I literally started, because it's dark, you can't see anything. I heard the ladder. I heard that I was on the ladder, and I just kept pressing W. And then when it started flashing, I saw that I was literally just crouched on top of like the top of the ladder, and the warden was right there. And I was able to click the button, and because I didn't want to make noise, so I didn't want to break it, so I was able to click the button and then get out. And I survived it. And I genuinely do not know how. I don't know how. Warden is like an ancient god to be avoided. That's, I think, exactly what they want. That's the vibe they wanted, for sure. Looks like he has his teeth and a gateway hell in his tummy. Nope. I'm silly little so-so. Haven't seen a Pixar stream in ages, but as of his stream yesterday, he's sitting at level 44. Wax is 171. Thank you for checking, first off, Sunder. That's real boots on the ground journalism. I think that I was thinking of was just some random short I saw somewhere of a random player, so absolutely never mind. There are 100% people that have levels. I don't know if I've ever seen 4,000. That might be crazy because with how much they scale, even to get to, you know, 100. Wither on Bedrock Edition absolutely terrifies me. I'm never fighting that thing again. Not only does it have a stage 2 where it charges you, but also spawn a ton of Wither skellies. So you know how Carl, on the realm, and if you don't like doing like almost cheaty things like this, that's totally fine. But since the Bedrock Wither is a nightmare, the way that I've tackled the Bedrock Wither before is if you search it, there's a certain, because the bedrock, the actual bedrock at the bottom of the overworld generates the same no matter what world it is. Like no matter what the seed is, the bedrock at XYZ coordinate is going to be the same generation as every other seed. And if you go to a certain coordinate, there's a certain shape in the bedrock that you're able to lay all of the soul sand down, and like I think you put it sideways, and when you spawn the wither in, it's trapped and it suffocates, and then you can hit it, and then you can just farm nether stars from that. Again, so close, but so far. We could. I play on Java now. Okay, word, you upgraded. Again, no, it's no shade to Bedrock. Like it is, but it isn't. It's not real shade to Bedrock. It's more of a meme at this point. I have a fully AFK nether star farm in my server, 90 stars an hour. That's insane. That is insane. Can I ask, Max, how... If it's fully AFK, so what is the mechanism there for spawning them in? How is that done? You know what? I'm gonna put... I think I need to make a couple more of these, to be honest, but I think I might... I'm gonna keep some leads in there. That's absolutely bonkers. Holy heck. I know. That is actually very crazy. Dispensers. See, that's what I'm thinking. Can you dispense... This might be such a stupid question. Can you dispense full blocks? And like place them. Use the reload shaders trick to make the game gold place block. Dispenser gives you a soul sand and you go back and forth in a minecart. Oh, make the game hold place block. That is wild. Who figures this out is what I want to know. I'm just dying. Like, I want to know how these farms, like, what is the process of figuring that out? Especially with like the glitches and stuff. I know that they're usually by accident. It's just so crazy. There's a tutorial on YouTube. I might just look it up, even if I don't end up making that, which that would be super sick. I would totally do that. Even if I don't though, I would watch that just for... I would watch that just to see how insane it is, because that sounds so cool. Serious dedication, most likely. I'm saying. Just search Shulkercraft. Oh, it's Shulkercraft. I have heard of them. I have 100% heard of shulker craft, so I usually don't do a whole lot of crazy redstone. The last project I left off on in the realm was actually a guardian farm, and I found it wasn't even one of the crazy ones. I found one that I didn't need to drain it, and I didn't really care that the rates weren't as good, but I just didn't feel like draining it. And with this world, when I do a guardian farm, which I will, absolutely, I'm draining it. I'm doing the whole enchilada for sure. But I took a break from that world before I even started laying the actual redstone for that farm. What do we got? All right, let's go. Let's take a break from this, and then we'll go trade, because we have more crops left too. So we'll trade the rest of this. We can also do another round of nether wart in a minute. Oh, and we have paper. Gotta go for the night. Duty calls. Bye, Tiz and company. Goodbye, Scribbles. Thank you for joining us. Have a fantastic night, my friend. We can take a bunch of this for paper. That's another thing I've been doing. I've been trading a lot of paper with my librarians. So let's try to do this first. You see, like, this just isn't, like, that zombie farm does not get me there fast enough. It just does not. It's such a drag. Usually I'll sit here while I'm recording. I'll turn my recording off, because who the heck just wants to see me mine or just hit zombies for 2 hours or whatever it is. And then I'll throw on a nice YouTube video. We are almost there. Almost there. Let's round up some more crops. I don't know if this will get us there, but at least maybe we can just finish off at the zombie farm. And then chicken fingers, here I come. They hate to see me. They hate to see me coming. Ooh, I need to check beetroot. I haven't checked beetroot at all today. Okay. okay. That was actually a little disappointing, but that's fine. Goodbye, golden carrots. Since they are top grade, you get more XP. Oh, fair. Here I am thinking like, oh, if I just have to sell stuff. I forgot that I can just buy stuff too. Maybe I'll grab, oh, you know what? I'll do ender pearls. I'll just get some of those now. We'll do all of this and then we'll run back over there. All right, we just need 2 more levels. We are so good. I can take more of those, please. All right, we just need 1 more level. So let's go take our emeralds and go snag some ender pearls. I think it's the U. Yeah, and we got the discount. That was so rude. Did I just hear him reset? Or is that a coincidence? Yeah. All right. That, unfortunately, you want faster levels. Now that you're overloaded with fire res potions, you can just get an entire chest full of silk touches. Oh, duh, guys, I have quartz that we can. All right, let's go back to the storage cellar. I have quartz that we can silk touch super quick, or not silk touch. I have quartz that we can fortune super quick. That is an amazing shout, Sunder. Absolutely koozie, amazing shout. It's one of those things where I will sit there and I will grind that zombie farm for however long it takes. But for stream, like, I hate doing it on stream because I can't imagine that's very entertaining for y'all. So let's do the nether quartz. Let me grab fortune. I was pissing myself off so bad last night. I was fortuning a bunch of coal, and every time that I did this, I would accidentally put it on this block and it would pop the item frame off. I did it, I think, 3 times in a row. Oh yeah. Literally exactly enough. That was beautiful. You don't like to pillar at mine. I think I prefer that, just the convenience of not having to leave this room. If I have like a ton of stuff, like if I'm doing multiple stacks of this, then I'll bring it outside. Otherwise, I'll just do like quick clusters in there. I think the bottles are made for levels and mending. Val, thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right, so we want to do, we're going down here. What am I doing? What am I doing? It's 9:36. The hunger has a deeply rooted hold on me at this point. I'm losing it. Not what I meant to do. So it just has, yeah, yeah, okay. That was incredibly rude. I just made that. I just made that this week. I just did. It's Wednesday. Oh no, if only you were short on iron. Dog. Lucky for us, I already have iron blocks built too. I just be complaining sometimes, for real. That. I felt nothing. You've been enchanting hard this week. No, seriously. Words can't describe how bad that scared me. That was a crazy sound. It took me like a full week to get my first set of armor done. It took me 2 days to get this set done. I was absolutely, I was living. Also, it helps now that I have all of like the crop farms. I have the sugarcane farm, so I can trade with paper now. So we got to put our, I'm gonna finish off with just healing these a little bit. That way we can put them in the ender chest nice and completely healed. Have you seen the enchantment table seed cracking exploit? No, I have not, Max. Do share. Say what? I know, I'm saying like you've got my attention. I'm sad, if you will. You can choose what enchantments you get. How would I search? How would I search, Max? What would I look up to figure out what exploit you're talking about? Would I just search that? Not that I'm gonna do it, guys. Fair. Also, I feel like it was an unnecessary distinction, but it was a distinction I felt very compelled to make. We're already healed. Let's put our sword back. Let's get ours. I say, where is my bed? All right. We are fully netherrited. We're fully netherrited out. Lies. I mean, I mean, we believe you is so funny. Earth computer enchantment table seed cracking should give you it. Okay. I'm just dying to know what the heck that means and how it's done. That would be a worthwhile cheat. Yeah, I love it. That's cold. No, that's so cool, actually, that's a thing. There's so many things that I do not know about this game, and the more of them that I find out about, the more I'm like, okay. That's just insane. So random numbers aren't actually random. Oh. So much time lost enchanting and grindstoning. Well, I just straight up hit the mic. I apologize if that made a noise. All right, y'all. I am calling it for tonight. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it. We finally got all netherite. I am so hype. I'm gonna start editing the next episode tomorrow, so I have a few days to get that done before I go home for my brother's birthday. So send your thoughts and prayers my way, because I'm not going to be eating, sleeping, and breathing Minecraft and editing until Wednesday. Thank you so much. The best fun. Thanks, of course, Cassie. I will see you guys Friday at 7, and then also we're doing another Sunday stream at 7. So I will see you. I need to make sure I know what time the Patriots are on, but we'll see. Of course, Sunder. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I will see you on Friday, and have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.